folks, how y'all doing? Trent Clark here with Mallett Building. We got a good little show for you today. We're gonna, why Mallett? Why Mallett? Okay, why pick us over the competitor? We're gonna talk a little bit about that today. All right, so like we like to start off every day, we want to give our $500 discount to our military personnel, healthcare worker, first responders, and educators. If you're one of those people, make sure you grab an extra $500 off. Now, if you want to upgrade your building to a signature or an elite series, type in cash and we'll give you $1,000 off those buildings, which is a good deal, folks. So we talked about this a little bit yesterday and the day before. Where is Mallett this week? We're doing 113 jobs across Texas and Louisiana, folks. That is a lot of things going on, okay? Anywhere like 45 in Texas, 64 in Louisiana, and anywhere from in construction, plumbing jobs, control joints, on the ground, finishers, concrete, inspections, gutters, form, and we actually got spray foam, a couple of spray foam jobs, which is handled by me, so it wouldn't be on the board. So anyway, and in Texas, you got same thing, you know, several in construction, several in concrete, doing control joints. You got on the ground, which means that after these builders finish this, we're going to jump on these. You know, you got finish work going on, inspections, gutters, form. So we have to logistically make all this happen every week. It just don't stop, folks. It don't stop. So, and that's one of the reasons why it pays to wait for us, because we've been doing this so long. We got a good system going on here, folks. Specials and promotion, you know, we've been selling. We got some new ones coming out maybe at the end of the week or beginning of next week. But right now, these things are selling like hotcakes. Why? Because they are, and this is a classic. Remember, our competitor's very best building don't even compare to the classic building, okay, which is Mallett's lowest tier. All right, why is that? We'll talk about that here in a little while, but this classic building is a 30 by 50 by 12 for $49,999. That includes insulation. You're going to get roof and wall insulation, climate control, which means you get a 5-ton self-contained unit, wall unit, and we're going to give you an electrical package. When we're done with this building, you flip on the lights, turn on the AC, and you build that out inside the way you want to build it out. Now, if you want the best building in the country, you got the Elite Series. You're going to get upgrades. Same thing I just talked about on the Classic. This one is $59,999. That is a 30 by 50, but you get a whole bunch more, folks. You get 6-inch, not 4-inch concrete. You're going to get post protection. You're going to get gutters, gutter brushes, control joints, a whole 9 yards on the Elite building. Okay, so those are two specials. That's a $10,000 value on each of these buildings that we're basically giving to you. Okay, now we still got 10 or 11 of these for the month of October. We're giving away a reveal cam, kind of like a game camera. It's a $350 value for him. For her, we're giving away a spa day gift card, whatever spa you like in your area. You can pick that out. So ambassador program, folks, we talk about that all the time because it's important to us. What that means as a customer, it means that our building specialist can set you up with an ambassador in your area. You can go view their building and ask them questions about us. Now, what that means as an ambassador is a previous person who purchased a building from us and wants to become an ambassador. And then when our building specialist assign someone to your building and you show it and they buy a building, we're gonna pay you $200 referral fee. We also give prizes, newsletters, stuff like that. So it's a good program. We're proud of it. If you want to be a part of it, let us know and we'll set you up. Okay, 5 red flags, folks. We like to go through the 5 red flags. Years in business. You can find that out on the Secretary of State. All right. It will be a red flag, folks, if you go to look up a business on there and they're not on there. That means they don't have a business, okay? So that, I mean, there's two ways to do that. You can find out how many years they've been in business. If they've been in business 6 months, that's up to you to give them a try. Okay, we've been in business for 26 years. Licensure, make sure they have, you can find that out on the LSLBC. You go to that website and you can find out if they are in fact a contractor. They're going to have a contractor's license. On that same website, red flag number 3, you can find out if they have any violations. Most of our competitors have violations. I'm proud to say after 26 years we don't have any violations. Reviews on BBB and Google. We have over 600 reviews, folks. Our competitors are not even associated, most of them, I think all of them, I haven't seen any of them associated with the BBB, okay? And if they have any reviews, what I've read, they're mostly negative. So make sure you look at your reviews. Visit the contractor's facility. I think it's very important that if you're going to spend the money that you're going to spend for a building, that you do your due diligence and make sure that they have an office for you to conduct business in, or a facility. If they don't have those things, folks, they may be after fast money. So watch out. All right, now let's get to it. Our classic building, okay? Let me go to this slide. I like it better. Why Mallett? We're going to talk a little bit more in depth about that. But let me just tell you something. Them, meaning our competitors, are using 29 gauge metal. We use 26 gauge. Everything that I'm fixing to tell you that we do is far superior than what they do, okay? That's very important. They're going to tell you that it's not important because they want to try to sell you on price. And the good thing about all this is when you're talking about our classic building, we will match their price and beat them by $1,000. So it's a no-brainer for me I can't understand why somebody would want to go anywhere else. I mean, we do the best job, we got the best product, and we've been in business for a long time. But anyway, let's get back to it. 29 gauge metal is what they use. We use 26 gauge. They got a 4-on-12 roof pitch. If you're lucky, we do 5-on-12 standard. They got 2x6 truss, which is not spec'd out, folks. They buy this from a third party. Okay, the third party don't care what they do with it. They're buying it. They don't know. They might not be engineered for your building. That's very important. We have 2x8 scissor truss, far more superior, bigger, better. We'll break that down here in a little while. Common flat truss, we have scissor truss. They're at 130, we're at 170 on our truss. No uplift protection. We're going to talk about the Mallett cable lock system in a minute. We have that. Posts go in the dirt, our posts go on top of a pad. Okay, very, very important. 2x8 headers, we use 2x12 headers. 3,000 PSI, we use 4,000. That's 33% stronger. Every part of this that I'm telling you about or educating you about is what we do is far superior than what they do, okay? No ground protection, we protect our skirt boards. They got 1 to 2 year warranty, we got a 4-year workmanship warranty on the Classic. Elites, you get 10 year, okay? Number 2, untreated generic lumber, we use number 1 MCA treated lumber. Number 1 lumber, folks, is, we're going to have a whole slide on this. We're going to talk about this one day, but I met with my guy today, Jeremy at Yellowwood. And number 1 lumber is 33 or more % stronger than other wood. So wouldn't you want the strongest product on your building in case we get a storm, or just because you can have it? Anyway, no engineering on staff. We have an engineering firm here, and we have our engineer, Daryl, which you have met. No price match guarantee. We will price match their subpar building and give you a better building. It's a no-brainer, folks. So this is going to tell you a little bit about the Elite. I'm going to go through that real quick. So our Elite is going to give you get a lot of the same features, okay? You're going to get post protectors. You're going to get 6-inch concrete on the Elite, not 4-inch. That's 2.5 times stronger than 4-inch, okay? Our competitors don't do that. They're going to give you 3,000. We're going to give you 4,000 PSI, as I mentioned a while ago. That's 33% stronger. You're going to get insulation, ventilation, gutters, gutter brushes, exterior finish. You can get on our Elite. You're going to get wainscoting, all that. Wind load is 145 on the Elite building. Workmanship, like I said, is 10-year, fully engineered, signed and sealed stamp plans. All right, now let's jump right in it. Let's see what we got. Does your builder control, uplift, or hope for the best? Okay, let me tell you about our Mallett cable lock system. This is very, very important. Our competitors don't use anything. They're going to put you a wire mesh or something. They might put a little piece of rebar in your post. I don't think they do that, but they could. But anyway, does your builder control, uplift, or hope for the best? I think they're hoping for the best, folks. Here at Mallett, we don't like to hope. We like factual stuff. That's why we do this on standard on all of our buildings. What we do is a Mallett cable lock system. Nobody else does that. What we do is we tie all your posts together with aircraft cable underneath that slab. We pour that slab when you have its superior uplift protection. So when you have a wind, if it busts through that roll-up door, it's going to act, your building turns into a parachute. It's going to try to lift it up. Well, with the Mallett cable lock, it can't do it. We got from post to post, all the way down your building and this way, and then an X. Then your slab gets poured on top. All right. Next time we do this is some new slides we're coming out. Next time we'll give you, after the slide, we'll give you a picture of what it looks like. So protected post means decades of strength. Every Mallett post includes protective sleeves and barrier guards. What we're talking about is post protectors, okay? And when we talk about barrier guards, we're talking about we wrap our skirt boards. Our competitors just don't do that, folks. Extend lumber life up to 50 years by preventing moisture and decay. Competitors skip this process. Very important. Quality lumber, not just quantity. So Mallett uses #1 graded MCA ground treated lumber, kiln dried lumber for consistent strength and appearance. Okay, every piece is inspected for. We have a stamp. Every one of our boards are going to have a stamp on that. Okay. When we talk about #1 kiln dried lumber, there's two things that's very important. When you go buy treated lumber for the lumber yards, like our competitors do, that's wet treated lumber. All right, so what happens is when they build that building for you and the sun dries, and you already screwed it in, the sun's going to dry and it's going to squeeze the moisture out of that board, and it's actually going to unscrew or detorque your screw, and it could cause problems. We use #1 kiln dried lumber. That means we dry the lumber. Okay, they don't do that. We use #1, which is 33% or more stronger than regular lumber out there. That's very important. Okay, and that's what we're trying to talk about in this slide. Heavier metal, higher quality. Competitors 29 gauge metal panels. We decided that I think it was the beginning of this year, we decided to go 26 gauge standard across the board. It costs a lot more money to do that, folks. But who benefits that? You, the customer benefits that. Our competitors mostly sell 29 gauge, all right, unless they know that you're coming to us, and then they're going to upgrade the building to a 26 gauge. 26 gauge is superior. It costs more. It costs a lot more, okay? But we want to put the best building in your backyard, and that's why we made it standard across the board to use 26 gauge metal. So that's where that comes in. Protects against hail, heat, and long-term fading. The stronger the metal, you know, when you got hail coming on, you possibly could still get hail damage, but it's going to be a lot less than 29 gauge. Okay, put it to you that way. Engineered for Louisiana weather, Elite buildings are 145 mile an hour wind rating. Our trusses are 170 mile an hour. The Classic and the Signature is 130 mile an hour. Okay, but the Elite is 145. Designed to exceed local codes and protect you and your investment. So folks, listen, we, everything we do, and I kind of, when I went through why Mallett a while ago, I kind of broke it down, but this slide, like it says here, 4,000 PSI concrete for a lifetime foundation. Competitors pour 25 to 3,000 PSI. Mallett's standard across the board, just like the metal. Standard across the board is 4,000 PSI. That's far superior than anything our competitors do. They're going to use 2,500 to 3,000 PSI. That is 33%. What we use is 33% stronger than what they use. We also are going to put microfiber in your concrete, which costs more money. But we know that it strengthens it, and we can control the volume of the concrete, whereas our competitor is going to use a wire mesh, rusty wire mesh, and they're going to try to make that wire mesh. The only way that works is if they make that stand in the middle of that concrete. More than likely, you know, these finishers out there, they like to put a lot of water. That mesh is going to sink to the bottom. You have no protection. We take the guesswork out, folks. We don't like to guess. We like to make it right, okay? That's what this is saying about the 4,000 PSI. I wanted to add the microfiber in there to let you know. Confidence backed by real protection. Workmanship warranty is 4, 6, or 10 year. So we got on the Classic, you get 4, Signature, you get 6, and the Elite, you get 10-year warranty. Our competitors, they haven't even been in business for 2 years. I don't know how they're going to give you more than that as a warranty. If they say 10 year, I would run from it because I don't know if they're going to be here that long. We've been here 26 years. We're not going anywhere. Paint warranty, 40 years. When we get our roll form plant, that's going to change. Okay, we're gonna have a higher paint. Post protection, 50 years. And if you find a comparable structure for less, we'll match it. It's a no-brainer, folks. We give you a superior product. When you're talking about classic building, apples to apples, like I said, our competitor's very best building can't compare with our classic building. All right. So what's going to happen is you bring a bid to us. We're going to beat that bid. We call it apples to apples, but it's really not, because we're not going to downgrade our building to match them. Basically what's going to happen is you're going to get a upgraded building, a far superior building for $1,000 less than our competitor. So to me, that's a no-brainer. So why Mallett? Because you deserve a building that lasts, and that's the truth, folks. I hope I did a little justice today. I think that's going to be it. That's going to be our show. If you have any questions, feel free to call me. They'll ask for Trent. They'll get me on the phone. Ask questions here. We'll answer them tomorrow or the next day. We really appreciate your business. We'll see you tomorrow.